In this video, I'm going to share with you several things that I organize in my calendar, in my planner at the end of each year in order to be well prepared as the new year begins. This is the Efficiency and Organization channel where I share information on how you could be organized, efficient, well managed with time, well planned, so that way you can achieve a lot more in your life. Usually around November, December is when I get myself a new planner, a new calendar to get myself going for the new year. I'm already thinking about the new year and what things I could do to be prepared. I have two tools I use. The first one is a paper planner and the second one is a desk calendar. The desk calendar is strictly for efficiency and organization. So the book, the website, the YouTube channel, and all the things that I need to do for that. The paper planner, the one I carry with me all the time, is more for my work and for my personal life. So everything that I have to do, like the appointments, the activities, even projects, I write them all in this planner. If you're a tech-savvy person, you could also use either Google Calendar or you could use Microsoft Outlook to stay organized with everything you have to do. For me personally, it just works better writing up things down, and so that's why this is key for me. And like basically it's designed where it's a monthly calendar and then it's got slots for each day, the things I need to do. And as I finish each thing, I cross it off, and that becomes kind of like a game for me. That's how I become task oriented. I basically cross things off that I finish, and it helps me feel like I'm achieving, like I'm getting things done that I need to do. So what should we calendar? So it's at the end of the year, November, December. What should you calendar for the new year when you get yourself your new calendar, your new planner? One of the first things for me is birthdays. I go in and I write down birthdays, and I have every close person, people who are close to me, I have all their birthdays on an Excel sheet anyway, and so I just take them and I transfer them onto my calendar. The day of their birthday, I just send either a quick message or a phone call just to wish them a happy birthday, and that's really just helpful for me to keep my network and to keep my family and friends close. I write down that on the first of every month I need to pay bills, because you see, for me, I get paid once a month, and so it's very important for me to go on that day when I know that my paycheck is going to be in to pay all the bills that I have due for that month. So that's one thing you could do, or if you pay as they become due, then you could go and write the due dates of the bills that you commonly pay each month in your planner or calendar. I don't write down the doctor visit days, but I do write down the things that I do commonly. So twice a year is dentist, once a year is eye appointment. So I go in and I say make appointment with doctor. I don't like go and put a specific day because I don't know if they're gonna be available those days, but I do go and write down to make my appointments. About February is when I usually contact a travel agent to make the travel plans for my family for the year. And so in usually about the 3rd or 4th of February is when I have it in my planner to contact the travel agent. On the 30th or 31st of every month, I write down to monitor my goals. I have goals for personal reasons, professional reasons, and once a month it's very, very important for me to stop and reflect on each goal to see how I'm doing, if I'm making progress or if I need to make adjustments. I jot down my spring cleaning day, which usually begins in May. Every Saturday is my budget day. That's when I look at all the money that's coming in and going out for personal and business purposes. So every Saturday I jot down to look and adjust my budgets. A couple other things that I have are, of course, holidays and self-care days. So for self-care, I work a lot of hours, so I have to actually take some time every week to do one thing that's like for me. Or usually I also try to do one day of the month when we can have a really nice family meal at a restaurant, and it's preferably a restaurant that we have not visited yet. And being in Southern California, we have a lot of options. And so I make reservations in advance so that way I could plan them and calendar them and look forward to them. As far as like the business planner, like the calendar is concerned, some of the things I jot down once a week. I re-release, for example, an article that I have written before, so that's something that I put on there, and then when I do it, I just go and cross it off. Once a week, if I'm sharing an infographic or I'm sharing a quote from one of my books directly, I put that down on there. And again, as I do them, I cross them off. Once a month, I write 2 or 3 thank you cards to people. So I write those there so I could remind myself to make sure I do them. So see, things that I do commonly, it's like repetitive things that I have to do either weekly or monthly. I make sure I write them down so that way I don't get distracted and I stay focused and I get those activities that I set out to do done. I hope you found the video helpful, and like I said, basically these are things that I write down that I could do, and I make it like a game. Each time I accomplish something that's in my planner, in my calendar, whether it's on technology or whether it's on paper, each time I accomplish, I take them off, cross them off, and that becomes kind of like a game that I'm trying to achieve. And that helps me become task-oriented, but also gives me self-discipline. I stay focused and I say, okay, I'm going to get these things done because they're on my calendar, they need to get done. And if I don't get to them, I just basically go and write them down for the next day or the next week because perhaps they weren't high priority for that time. Please subscribe to the channel, and also when you visit the website, please make sure that you are subscribing there because I share a lot of good, helpful information that has to do with being more organized, better managed with time, better planned, so that way you can achieve a lot more in your life. I will have the links to the books that you could purchase, both of which that have been published so far. And also when you visit the website, the time management page has an infographic that goes with this video, and on there I share even more things that you could put on your planner, in your calendar, that will help you. Thank you for being with me, and I will catch you in the next video.